I am going to demonstrate how to make grain-free AIP-friendly cupcakes. AIP is the autoimmune protocol, also known as the paleo approach diet. The paleo approach diet is a diet created to help people with autoimmune disease and food sensitivities eat food that helps heal their bodies. The book The Paleo Approach was researched and created by Dr. Sarah Ballantyne and is known as the definitive source for the AIP diet. The recipe I am using is from the website Organic Gemini, which is the company that makes the tiger nut flour I use in this recipe. The recipe also converts very well to a cake if you were wanting to make a cake instead of cupcakes. First step, you are going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Then you will prepare your pan with either paper or you can grease it with oil. If you are planning on making cake, you will need two 8-inch circular pans. And to prepare them, you will cut out a circle of parchment paper the same size as the bottom of your cake pan. I do this by tracing the bottom of my pan on the parchment paper before I cut it out. Then you simply place your circles in the bottom of the cake pans and lightly grease. Next, you will need a large bowl. You will need 1 cup of tiger nut flour, half a cup of arrowroot flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of sea salt, half a cup of cocoa powder or carob powder for AIP, half a cup of tapioca flour. The recipe actually calls for half a cup of water chestnut flour, but local professional baker Laura Smith, who specializes in AIP and gluten-free baking, recommends tapioca flour because it is a lot easier to see. You will sift your dry ingredients together into the bowl. For the sake of time, I have pre-sifted the dry ingredients. None of the flours used in this recipe are from grains or nuts. Tiger nuts, despite their misleading name, are a small root vegetable. Arrowroot and tapioca are both from roots as well, and carob comes from the pods of the carob tree. Then in a food processor, you will blend together half a cup of avocado oil, 1 cup of pure maple syrup, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. To avoid having to run the loud food processor on this video, I have pre-blended them. Next, you will add 2 tablespoons of grass-fed gelatin into a small bowl and pour half a cup of boiling water over the top, quickly whisking to dissolve the gelatin. This can easily be done with a fork. This will form what is called a gelatin egg, which is used to replace eggs in recipes. You can also use what is called a flax egg, which is created by mixing 2 tablespoons of ground flax with 6 tablespoons of water and letting it sit in your fridge for 15 to 30 minutes to let it thicken up. Keep in mind, flax is a seed, so depending on your diet, it might not work for you. And if you can have eggs in your diet, you can easily substitute 2 eggs for the gelatin or flax egg in this recipe. I have already combined it because, again, I don't want to have to run the loud food processor for this video. After that, you will add the dry ingredients to the food processor and blend until the dry ingredients are fully combined, forming a smooth batter. I am going to run the food processor and will be right back. Finally, you will pour your batter into your cupcake tins using either a large spoon or a small ladle, filling them no fuller than 2/3 of the way full. If you are making them into cake, equally pour out your batter into the 2 8-inch circular pans. Both the cake and cupcakes are baked for 25 minutes. Check with a toothpick by poking in the center of the cake or cupcake. When it comes out clean, take them out and allow them to cool for at least 20 to 30 minutes. They should look something like this. If you choose to make it into a cake, you can either stack the 2 pieces of cake for a 2-layer cake or have 2 smaller cakes. Then just ice with your favorite frosting and enjoy.